chase the bag, gotta chase the bag. Ain't no need to lag.
What's up, guys? What's up? A couple minutes late. Give me just a second. The joys of having I come in here to try to do this, and my son starts yelling for help, and it's like, what do you need, dude? And he's just standing out there with his hands in his pants at that, So it's like, what's going on? Nothing? Okay. So let's just try to tweet this out real quick. Get my notes pulled up here. We'll get going. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, appreciate you guys. People that are watching on Twitter for the first time, even maybe. I'm live every day at 11:30. If you like the plays, you like what you see out of the show today, definitely make sure that you go subscribe to YouTube. Here we go. Where's my little recorder thing here? Right. All right, here we go. What's up, and welcome to Lunchtime in the Lab, your number one gambling podcast for quick picks. Live on YouTube, live on Twitter today as well. Trying to do that every other. And actually, I was going to start trying to go live on TikTok again, and I forgot. I can't ever remember, but hey, we'll get that maybe tomorrow. Show brought to you by Beer Money Picks as usual. Pull the graphic up here. Nice little yellow graphic. We actually have a nice code going on. Whoa, that's not the right screen though. Huh? My face is like way cut off. People are watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitter, YouTube, down in the comments, down in the description, actually, there's a link. Twitter up at the very top. Go to my bio in that like Beacons leak or whatever. For baseball, we have a code, a 50% off code. I have never seen this group do that. Fantastic deal. That gets you the month for $20. In fact, that's like 66 cents a day or something like that for 30 days. That is a pretty good deal. So if you're interested in that, it's all caps opening day. But I tell you what, gotta help me out so I get that credit though. If you're thinking about joining and you haven't yet, please make sure you go to the description and hit that monthly link for me, please, so it tracks. Or up top on Twitter, go and click through one of my links. That is certainly how you can support me outside of liking the video, subscribing to the video, everything like that. So today, I was just saying it before I recorded. I'm going to say it again. If you are watching live today on Twitter and you like what you see, I do this every single day at 11:30. Every single day on YouTube. On that YouTube channel, I have already posted the pick of the day for the rollover 10-day challenge. Some of you may have seen that already. You guys are going to get that same information now. But because the game starts early today at 1, just an hour and a half from now, I wanted people to make sure they had plenty of time. And I wasn't trying to record a video after this show and like scrambling to get it all out and everything and try to get the best line, obviously. That's a benefit. Today, I'm hopefully going to record my third video in the Baseball Betting 101 series. Believe it or not, in 3 days. Is it 3 days? It's kind of weird because it's at like 6 a.m., but we have MLB on. This Wednesday at like 6:30 in the morning, we get to bet on the Major League Baseball. I was going to say association. That sounded weird. There's no association in it. Anyway, though, we get to bet on that. So that's awesome. So we got a lot of good things going. So long story short, subscribe to the subscribe to the YouTube channel, like this video, retweet if you are watching on Twitter for me, please. That helps out a ton. I'm trying to share it, trying to grow the channel. And I certainly need your guys' help to do a lot of that stuff. So here we go, though. That is, and I can't believe, I am missing a slide. Oh well. Well, we'll just go back to the one take here then. But yeah, guys, super excited to be able to bet on MLB. I can't wait. Today, actually, I was gonna do a little talk. God, I forgot I was gonna do that. I might have to do that right. I'm gonna go over some baseball stuff. Anyway, let's stop talking. Let's go ahead and just get into it now. Today's Sunday, 3/17. It is St. Patrick's Day. For those of you that care about stuff like that, I really don't. So I'm not wearing green. I don't care to, and I'm not going to go to a bar or anything like that, So So what's it going to go, So, uh, what? Having a solid year, another 8 unit month so far. Oh, yeah. And I own college baseball. Yes, sir. What is that? I think I'm up like 18 units or something like that in college baseball. But I'm missing my recap screen, so you have to excuse me. But we went 2-1 yesterday, so back on track with a winning day. Most importantly, we did hit our day one, so we are on day two. Like I said, I've got a video of it, but I'll tell you which play that is if you have not seen that already. We did miss on Donovan Mitchell yesterday. What's wrong? You're gonna just go play. Just go play. It's okay. Just go play. Something his show must have stopped. Go, bud. I'll be done in a second. Sorry, we missed on Donovan Mitchell yesterday. Did not expect the Cavs to get blown out or whatever the hell happened to them. So Donovan Mitchell has been rough since he's come back. LeBron James over 7.5. That was our 10K. The 3-year-old does not have a play yet. I mean, I could be like, hey, which one you like, this or that. But LeBron James over 7.5 rebounds. Guys, that was cooked, and they had all that issue, and the last minute and a half took 15 minutes to finish, and they actually had to like count down. The PA announcer counted down the time because I guess the clock wasn't working or something like that. Anyway, one of those where like he grabbed an offensive board, tried to lay it back up, missed. He grabbed the board again. We were sitting at 6, dead in the water with a minute left, and he ended up cashing for us. So that's why I feel like this streak, I've already said it in the last video, I feel like it's meant to be. We were not supposed to hit that bet yesterday, and we did. Anthony Edwards over 29.5 points. I'll tell you what, that barely hit 2. He hit a 3, and he was pulled about 30 seconds later to give us a cash. So we did go 2-1 yesterday, so it's fantastic. I've already talked a whole lot today just about nonsense and everything. So let's get going into some plays here. But definitely a job or whatever is to try to promo, and I want to try to grow the show here. So you have to excuse me, I guess, if I get talking too much. And the more that I start doing on this channel, the more I guess I have to talk about. And I am just really excited about baseball starting. I was up 86 units last year, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 89. I can't remember which direction that 6 was facing. Regardless, though, I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good for a whole season, and something that I do feel like is a pretty difficult sport to bet on. But play of the day, 10K rollover challenge, whatever you want to call it. Let me check here actually right now. So Dame is sitting at 23.5. He's been bouncing between 23.5 points and 24.5 points. He is currently at 23.5. There was a guy even in the Discord here that was asking me if I want to take the 25. I'm about to message him right now. 23.5 now, I just told him. But looking at the graph here, he's at home with 30 plus minutes with Chris Middleton. He hits his line at a 71% clip. Lillard is coming off of back-to-back bad shooting games. So I think this is why we have such a low line. Getting a 23.5 line for Dame is criminally low, in my opinion. And I know he hasn't been shooting very good. And with this matchup, like, it really doesn't make sense. If there is any bet that I certainly love, this is one of those. There are not a whole lot will I feel fantastic about it. And that's why I feel so great about this being our day 2 of the challenge that we're running. With Middleton back, obviously he's not going to play a ton of minutes when it's going to help space the court. It's going to spread things out a little bit and create some open lanes for Dame. On the year, the Suns are allowing the 7th most points to point guard, and they're allowing the 3rd most threes in the league. He's been playing huge minutes, regardless of like how many bad shots or quantity of shots or whatever. He's got getting big minutes, and he's getting quality shots up, whether or not he's making them or not. Here's like 2 things though. So not only is he hitting with Chris Middleton, we also have him with an awesome matchup against the Suns. But this is a day game, 1 o'clock, 1:10 or something like that, right? 1:10 my time, Eastern Standard Time. He averages 27 points per game and 4 threes on average in day games. And he's actually shooting 42% from 3 in these day games. I can't remember if this stat was this year, within the last couple of years. I apologize. But regardless, he does like this position, right, that he's going to be in today. And I talk about this a lot, like this correlation of like plays and everything. And it's definitely more so happens in football, as I'm a football fan at heart, like, I mean, my The green screen's messing that up. Rocking the Vikings hat, unfortunately. Did y'all see that Fields went to the Steelers, by the way? Like, what? Like, I did not. My wife told me, I'm like, are you joking? Like, and they literally got him for a box of Kleenex. But anyway, for Dame to make 3 threes is minus 240 today. His line is set at 3.5. So the books are telling us, the books are saying, hey, go ahead and take his 3 threes if you want to play the juice at minus 240 because we think he's going to hit 3 threes. So great. Thanks for that information. When Dame has made 3 or more threes at home, he is over 23.5 points in 14 of his 16 home games with 3 threes made. I know that maybe sounds like kind of confusing, but the one miss that he had, he was at 23 points. So he was right there. So historically speaking, the books are telling us minus 240 for Dame to make 3 threes. If Dame gets 3 threes, his track record at home with 3 threes, he's hitting this 14 out of 16 games. That's a pretty good. I don't know what that math is. I have a phone in front of me, but I'm not going to get the calculator out. Whether or not I portray that I really like this bet, this is day 2. I am looking at minus 108 on FanDuel. We had put $10 on LeBron yesterday to pay out. I think it was $18.33. I already locked it in at minus 118, to be honest. So like my payout's going to be different. But if we put $18.33 on where he's at right now at minus 108, it's going to pay out $16.97. We're going to turn around and be able to bet, what is that, like $35 or something like that for day 3. However you're betting, I don't know if you're putting full units on these, if you're parlaying these plays or anything like that, you guys can certainly decide how you want to play, these plays or whatever. But on top of this being a play for Lunchtime in the Lab, this is also going to be our rollover challenge play. Dame over 23.5 points, and we get to watch it early. Second play. I'm only going to say this guy's name one time. Then we're going to abbreviate it. Kentavious Caldwell Pope, otherwise known as KCP, over 12.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I can only find this line on Bet365, so you might have to just give it some time. I guarantee it's going to pop up on your DraftKings or FanDuels or Caesars or whatever the hell you guys are using. For whatever reason, it's just not there yet. But with my, I use Outlier a lot. One of the first things I like to do is kind of go and check on some streaks and see who's been hitting some things or going back and forth with some action. Why does that say? That says LeBron James, doesn't it? Do I not have, has this whole time? I think my slides didn't save. All right, we're rolling without where y'all at? Somebody's supposed to let me know. Anyway, let's not do graphs today. Anyway, if I had a graph, it would say that he's hit this in 7 straight games before he had gone on a bit of a skid, and then he had lost 3 times in a row. I think this is a buy low spot. I think that's why we have such a low line of 12.5 points, rebounds, and assists for KCP today. But against the Mavs, he has hit this in 9 straight games. 9 straight games has KCP hit this line against the Mavs. 14 in both games that he has played against them so far this year. If you just kind of cheating a little bit, if you put 27 plus minutes played, he is over in 73% of the games this year. He averages 31 minutes. So really that's just kind of getting rid of some of those blowouts or some of those goofy games or anything like that. He's hitting at a 73% clip. If he's getting 27 plus minutes, this is going to be a closely contested game. I don't see why he doesn't get his minutes in. I think, like I said, we have a huge buy low spot here and a pretty solid matchup for him. The Mavs, since the All-Star break, are giving up the most catch and shoot threes and the last corner threes. Guess what KCP likes to do? Guess where that man likes to sit? He likes to sit in the corner and he likes to catch and shoot. It just honestly, it just fits his profile perfectly, to be honest. It's a fantastic matchup. Mavs in the last 30 days. Mavs in the last 30. Yeah, it is games. Mavs in the last 30 games allow the 9th most points to shooting guards, the 8th most rebounds, and the 6th most assists in the league within that time frame. Like I said, we have a spread of 3.5. So KCP over 12.5 points, rebounds, and assists for the second play today. fantastic matchup, fantastic history, 9 in a row. And the way the Mavs have been playing since the All-Star break, they're struggling with their defense. The guy's not going to go light it up, but I mean, if he can get us like 8 points and he can get it done the rest of the way, 3 rebounds and a couple, assist or two or something like that, we're going to be looking pretty good, to be honest. So KCP over 12.5 points, rebounds, and assists is going to be our second play. Before we get into the third play, as usual, I just want to make sure you guys have all liked the video. Make sure that if you're watching on YouTube that you have hit the subscribe button as well. I think that's over here somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. And the like button is probably like somewhere right here. And like I said, in the bottom, in that description, we have that 50% off code. Don't be afraid to get in there. I'm pretty good at winning bets. I did go 3-0 yesterday in Discord, up almost 4 units. Hit a 2-unit college baseball play and hit the LeBron play. Of course, I played that straight. And then I also gave out a builder, which I am going to work on probably researching that for this first game for the Bucks game here too. But third play. This was actually going to be my graphic player, and I couldn't find a good picture. They kept all coming out blurry. Honestly, I felt like the KCP on the thumbnail kind of looked a little blurry too. But third play is going to be Dennis Schroeder over 6.5 assists. Kind of random, it seems. Over in 7 of his last 10 games. If you were to filter, and this is the one that I kind of meant was cheating. If you were to filter by 31 plus minutes played, he's over in 6 straight games. I talk about this, I feel like, all the time. When you have, there are certain teams that I do enjoy betting on, but you can't because you're afraid of blowouts. So Wizards have a few players that I do not mind betting on. The Spurs and the Nets are another one of those teams. And then when those teams come together and they play each other and you don't have to worry about a 10-point spread or a 15-point spread or a blowout, then you have an opportunity. And then the books are normally sleeping on these games, to be honest, because they're used to a blowout. They're used to like these lower lines because their minutes have been low. They're getting blown out or, what have you. If you were to filter, like I said, the 31 plus minutes, because it's a close game, we have like a 1-point spread. It's essentially a pick 'em. We're going to be looking like he's going to be getting a decent amount of minutes for us. 31 plus minutes. He's over in 6 straight games. In the last 7 games, the Spurs are allowing the 4th most assists to point guards in the league. And since coming over to the Nets, he is averaging 11.7 potential assists. We just need 7 today. Playing against a team that is giving up a decent amount of assists to point guards. I think it's a pretty awesome spot. And it's 2 teams playing each other that are certainly struggle busting, not doing very good, not scoring a lot, not overly successful, not going to go to the playoffs. However you want to describe it, the only thing the Spurs have going for them is they have a pretty good rookie. His rookie card is worth what, $500,000 or some shit like that. Speaking of cards, I asked my wife to look for football cards at Walmart, and she's home, and she didn't ask me which ones I wanted. So either I got 0 or I have a surprise. But all right, I don't have a recap screen for you because I definitely messed up, and I want to go through here and have you guys waiting around for me and everything like that. So I'll just go through my notes again here real quick. We have we're going Dame time over 23.5 points. Like I said, I've already made a video. If you want to get in there on the YouTube channel, if you're watching in the audio side, if you're watching on the Twitter side, go to YouTube. It's at Lunchtime in the Lab. I have a video specifically talking about Dame. He is our day 2 of the rollover challenge. And then, of course, I do this every single day at 11:30. So Dame over 23.5 points is the first play. The second play is going to be KCP over 12.5 points, rebounds, and assists. The line is sitting just at Bet365 for some reason. It is not out anywhere else. Yeah, but I'm sure it pops up. And then lastly, Dennis Schroeder over 6.5 assists is going to be our third play. Will I be betting March Madness tournament next week? Games next. If not, anyone Discord you recommend following? Honestly, like I just don't enjoy betting on college basketball right now. Like it's been so goofy. Like you just can't trust it. D-Rock is pretty good. D-Rock's been killing it in college basketball. Chief definitely gets on a run. I mean, he's hitting 15 in a row or something like that. Ty has also always been really locked into college basketball. So Chief, Ty, and D-Rock will be the guys to go. Last year, I did a little builder type play where I had I just took top high seeded people to make it to what was it? The Sweet 16 or the Elite 8 or something like that. So they were minus 400 favorites. I did 3 of them for a plus money, and it hit really easily or something like that. So I'll probably look into something along those lines. But I am going to work on closing this out. It is a crapshoot, honestly. It's been weird. It's nothing. College basketball is nothing like college baseball. I mean, the things that should happen are happening. College football, the things that should happen happen. College basketball, people are just like, oh, it's March Madness. That's what March Madness is called. The number 16 team just beat the best team in the nation. It's just it's stupid. That's dumb. Nobody likes that. I like it, but nobody likes it in a betting standpoint. All right, we're closing out here. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you guys. If you're watching this on a recorded version, I appreciate you guys just as much. If you watch this on Twitter, still watching, or you're going to watch this later, and you enjoyed up to this point what you got, I do this every single day at 11:30. Please do me a favor, come over and follow on the YouTube. I think what's the word? I deserve it. Pumping out winners. We had a couple days in a row where we lost, but that is certainly going to happen. We are not perfect. I'm not perfect. I never claim to be perfect, but I do my best to try to give you guys winners. So if you like it, come on over to YouTube. As always, I'm your host, Lunchtime in the Lab. We brought to you every day at 11:30, every dang day, even through the last couple days of feeling a little woe is me. I'm losing. We're back to a winning day. Feeling good, feeling great about Dame today. Be sure to follow me at all social medias at Live Joe Bets, and I will see you guys back tomorrow at 11:30.